Energy. Hop, 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 hop.
Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up. Energy up.
We're pouring out a lot during the year, you know, to make sure everybody else is good, the family is good. But it's like, when do you pour back into yourself, right? When do you take that opportunity to just be like, you know what, this one's for me. To be able to get away and just really like let nature really like feed you, sitting in the sun, eating the good fruits, you know what I'm saying? Being around good energy, good people, hugging trees, man. Look at this. Look how close I am to the coconuts, y'all. I'm scared to go up underneath there. It might hit me in the head, you know what I'm saying? Just walk up to a tree and just give it a hug. All that energy, all this, put your feet in the sand, you know what I'm talking about? Real shout out to the familia. Back at the crib, man. Gonna do it like this. Yeah, man. Gonna do it. Gotta find me so you don't need to bring a phone holder to the beach. You find you some sticks and you make one.
Peace and love, familia. Welcome to Sunrise Sundays. On this episode, we get our phone stolen. We can laugh about it now because we actually got the phone back. This is our story, okay? Rule number 1, don't leave your phone unattended on the beach. Rule number 2, always assume that you are being watched. And rule number 3, look out for guys like this. But before we get into our story, let's rewind it back a bit and talk about how we got here. After leaving La Fortuna, we headed to Cahuita, made a little stop in Limon to try to find some cold coconuts because we was thirsty, y'all. We was thirsty, and we needed a breather and stretch our legs.
Yeah, I was going to see if I could find like some cold coconuts in the market area. Buenas.
Hey, y'all hear me trying to get my Espanol together, y'all. Don't judge me, okay? We listen, we don't judge, all right? So we had to stop through the local market in Limon. We're looking for coconuts, but you know how it is. Everything is a distraction, especially when you're seeing good fruits and vegetables.
Right.
Is that where it's gonna be?
Here we are on the scene, blowing up the spot like TNT. You know, the scene here in Limon was pretty cool, and it was even better when we found our coconuts, or pipas, which is another way of saying young, fresh, green coconut. They had them chilled in a cooler, so yeah, this was everything. Yeah, the marketing here is crazy. I felt like I was in Jamaica. It felt like home. If you know, you know. After leaving Limon, we came here to the cacao farm. This is where we source a lot of our herbs and treats that we bring back home to sell to you guys. That's right, our cacao nibs, our dried banana, coconut, soursop, guava, all those teas come right here from this farm. This is our brethren Crush. He's here to tell us all about the cacao process. Check it out.
Just passed in December, January. But I'll let you try it. So this is finished. It's dry. So the process is, look, boom, I'm going to show you the trees. Harvest, crab pods. You see these boxes underneath there?
Yeah.
Those are my fermentation boxes.
Okay.
So I ferment for depending on how I'm feeling, right? After I ferment, I fill the dryer up. But this dryer doubles to this, and I make these for teas, my leaves.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Right? Because I just want more airflow. Right? We promote more airflow. But normally this dryer is filled with these beans. So this is the last of my harvest here. So we dry them here, and then after here, depending on which way we're gonna go. So if we're gonna make nibs, this right here. So So the bean, have you never seen the fresh?
No.
All right, I'll open up a pod for y'all so you can understand what happens. There's naturally, like the fruit, there's a white pulp around it.
Okay.
After it dries and everything, this husk remains. So you have to separate the husk because the husk is not edible. Okay. Some people make teas and stuff out of the husk, but I suggest you stay the fuck away. You know why? Because the husk acts as a filtration system.
Okay, so it's catching all the toxins.
Yeah, so all the toxins and the heavy metals rest in the husk. So people, try to make byproducts out of it because it's a lot left over after. Because once you do this, once you take the husk off, this is technically called a nibs.
Okay.
But nibs being so confusing. She was all confused for a long time. She probably still is a little bit confused. But it's all the bean.
Okay.
Right? It's all the bean at the end of the day. So boom. So once you physically take off the husk, it turns from beans to nibs, which is still beans.
Yes.
Right, just the inside.
Just crushed.
Yeah, that's why your brain couldn't get around it. You like, where's the logic?
It's like saying seeds and
Right.
Yeah. So that's it pretty much. So like when you see the bag of nibs,
it's just
this is the
without the
biggest
shell on
buyer of the nibs.
I'm the nib woman.
Yeah.
She buys them.
Okay, so now you understand. So let's just change. Bang, boom.
Boom. I got nibs.
So now
nibs.
That's nib, but the difference between this nib that you're about to eat right now and the ones that you have is that this is unroasted.
Okay. You roast them first.
I roast everything first and then go in. So this is unroasted. So this is just pure.
I like
pure,
it unroasted.
Straight up. Yeah, straight up.
So why do people roast? Why are they roasted?
Well, you roast it for flavor.
Okay. Adds
Right?
a little bit.
It brings more. It don't add it. Brings.
out.
It takes out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes out.
Man, you're like coffee right now.
And coffee beans.
But I sometimes make chocolate without it roasted.
Okay.
You understand? Like,
Yeah,
I love me some cacao nibs. I put them in my smoothies, and it's a whole thing for me. So I was excited to see the process.
So what you do is the way you're doing. If you go with that, I'll take it if you want to save it for
I'll
later.
eat it. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll save it for later.
Well, we have more. This.
Okay.
Take care of that.
This is how you check leaves, right? So you rip them, and then you have to crunch them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Get the juice going.
Smell that.
What is that? Soursop?
Yeah. Yeah, smell that. Get used to that.
Okay.
Get used to that, because we got these soursop leaf tea right home at the crib. So y'all watching this and you want some nice fresh herbs that are not tempered locally and ethically sourced. Check us out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So this is the fruit. Yeah, go ahead. So that bean that you just ate is underneath this white pulp.
Oh, that's the white pulp you was talking
You
about.
can suck the white pulp, which is sweet. So this is the actual fruit.
That is so sweet.
You just
You can eat it together, so balance it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Oh, you just chew it?
Yeah,
Whole thing?
or you can suck it off. However, if you chew into it, you'll see the bitter, and then you understand the next time what you got to do, how to balance it out.
I'm going to keep it 100. The cacao is bitter. The fleshy pulp is sweet. When you chew them together, it creates this nice essence of a balance. I have personally become accustomed to bitters, so it's really kind of nice essence for me, all in all.
So you see that?
Once you know what you're expecting. Yeah.
So all of this
But
goes.
even the bitter isn't so bad. Go ahead.
This all gets fermented. So the pulp is what ferments the bean.
Okay.
So all of that, gotta crack this whole, harvest the whole farm, bring it down there, get busy, and fill those boxes.
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of work. One man show, you got somebody working out here with you, or just you?
God.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's all you need. Straight like that.
After the farm, we continued our journey to Kawita. We had an event we were trying to make it to at Lester's, but before then, we had to drop Papa off at the bus stop so he can make it back home to Puerto Viejo.
All right, sis.
All right.
Love.
See you soon.
Here we are at day 3 of our journey, and we've already experienced so much. I mean, I'm already full joy in the place. The scene, the nature is amazing, and now we're off to our next adventure. And immediately I'm like, okay, I see the sacred geometry. This might be a vibe. Come check it out with us.
I like the sacred geometry right here on the gate. Somebody made that. It's a cute little cart.
That's a tuk-tuk.
Okay.
Tuk-tuk.
Oh, like a little cart. Uh-huh.
Golf cart.
You think I'm in Jamaica, right?
Little tuk-tuks.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Like you pay people on the street to take you somewhere. It's a little cheaper than
I think I've seen tuk-tuks.
I didn't see any small cars.
No, this is like more small distances.
Yeah, I didn't see any of those.
They have them in India. They call them rickshaw.
I think I've seen them like in
It's like a
China,
little like
too.
three wheels. One person's in the front.
Tricycle.
Look,
Yeah,
that's
I
what
know
I was saying. Like the place that he's been building.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
rode by, flew by you.
Okay, this is just the front of everything he's been building. Check out this out.
This is beautiful.
All papaya trees in here.
These some huge papayas. God, man,
Nobody got no parasites.
how sweet is them? Lester's place was beautiful. Thank you for inviting us and having us out for this gathering. It was an amazing experience, and look forward to many more. I'm loving the sacred geometry. Lots of it. Hola.
Entonces quiero construir escaleras allá para que yo pueda hacerlo. Porque ahora no puedo.
This is amazing. Okay. I want to get nude on the beach. Now, don't worry. We did not get nude on the beach, y'all. At least, not yet. Yeah, that's deep. Hold on.
Like a river, and it must have been right here. And I was looking to see, I'm like, that don't look like.
Yeah, this was a vibe. Gave me village music vibes all day. I can see us coming back here and nicing up the place. Lester, this was a vibe. Thank you for having us. We had to turn it in early though, y'all. We needed to get our rest in so we can get up the next day, and helped our shield with the guest house, stringing up these solar lights so we can have some good solar energy coming into the place.
Just pump or something.
I gotta wait for the lights to come on. I don't know if it's a victory yet.
It's not going.
All right, we did it. Do it get brighter?
Hey.
Let's get brighter.
All right, now back to the beginning of our story. Here we are at Sombre Las Olas, meeting up with mi familia. So before heading to Costa Rica, I learned that I actually had family in Costa Rica. So I'm here to meet my cousin for the first time. I'm super excited, and this is where the story gets interesting. This is where our phone gets stolen. This is where a very beautiful and divine sequence of events happens that brings us closer to the land here in Costa, closer to the people, and closer to mi familia. This is a batito, which is fresh fruit blended with water or milk. I don't know why they don't offer this at every restaurant in the States. You can get one everywhere here, y'all. It's a beautiful drink option to have. Y'all hear me, America? Offer this. And here go my cousin, Mama T, y'all. And Vez in the background on Facebook Live, getting ready to get his phone
would
napped.
not let the blacks move past, just a little bit past Lemont. You couldn't pass. I call it linguistic apartheid. If you blacks stay back, literally. And no They know they're from Jamaica. The jerk chicken here is horrible. I'm like, that's my jerk chicken. I'm not you know, but, you know, they try to make a thing, just like us.
Yes,
you know,
ma'am.
black folks, we don't know. We took a pig and made it into something.
That's right.
You know, so, I mean, everything that was done was survival. Since, sorry, I'm a teacher, 2010, the United Nations had Declaration of Afro-Descendientes. So it was the 10-year celebration of black people throughout the world. That's when there was a new black culture starting to emerge, an acceptance of.
Yeah.
I was a Black Panther.
All right.
So when I was coming up, going to Crenshaw High School,
Come on.
I
All
could
right.
crip walk there. We were all of it. It was during the times of revolution.
Yes,
It was,
ma'am.
you know, I went to free school, a Black Panther school. Crenshaw High School was patterned after the Black Panther school. About maintaining the culture because it was our survival in the States. Whereas in Latin America, the survival was not to be black. The less black you were, the better you would survive.
That's right.
But since the United Declaration of the Decade of Afro-Descendientes, when the governments had to count for black people, people had to identify. This was in 2010. People were asked to identify, who are you? And that's when this emergence of culture started to come up. The old people, the grandparents, my generation, I'm 71, did not teach their children English. But just 2 years ago, Costa Rica made a language legal. They call it "Make I Tell You Something." Let me tell you something. Make I tell you something. So they made that an official language. But it's a joke. Like, why would you do that?
Right.
Patois is the official language. Whether you want to call it Patois or Creole, Patois is a Creolized language.
Right.
Creole is just a category. And then under Creole, everything that's mixed. That's where I did my master's degree. And so all of it, even Black American English, BAE, is a Creolized language. Get to talking to our grandparents. And then it's, you know, it's a whole, we understand them. And I would like, oh, grandma, come on. Child, I told you, y'all better come over here before I knock, you know, that it's a adaptation. Nothing to be ashamed of. So I am an English teacher, I'm a professor, but I code switch in a minute.
Okay.
And I let them know, this is how my children, I want them to be able to be in any culture.
That's right.
So they could speak the Queen's English, and they really can because they have to make it. And they could code switch on you.
Yeah.
And that's the value. The value is to be able not only to speak, you know, pure language, whatever the hell that means, because as far as British is concerned, we don't speak pure English.
Right.
You know, and then every time I show up and then I open up my mouth, I'm like, oh my God, where are you from? I saw that you learned English so well. From my mother's womb, boo. But, you know, there's like a disconnect. But now, because of social media, it's not as much as when I first started traveling. My first country that I lived in was Belize in 1980.
I'm wanting to check out Belize.
Go ahead, check out everything.
Yeah.
There, you know, for me, travel is about learning about yourself.
Y'all know how it is. The storytelling was so good. He forgot he was on Facebook Live, and it was only a few minutes, just enough time for the phone napper to get to napping.
About yourself, you learn other people so that we can come together. That's my whole thing. So here, now that
The phone is on?
gone, what do you mean gone?
Now, we was going to chop it up as a loss, but Facebook Live suggested that we find the suspect, and Mama T wasn't having that mess. She like, not my familia, and she just wanted us to know that this is not what Kawita was about. We were going to get this phone back, so we had to be the Rasta Mafia. We don't want the suspects. We're going to call him Johnny. We went to Johnny's job, Johnny's corner spot. We looking all around from Johnny, and come to find out, Johnny live on the same street as Mama T. Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah, no. No.
According to Mama T, Kawita only the size of Walmart Supercenter plus the parking lot. So it ain't too far Johnny could have went. So we went searching for him, you know, straight mafia style. We had love in our hearts, so we have fun along the way.
I stay away from them people. Because your father's always so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Irie. Yeah, man. Did he start popping his fingers? Yeah, man.
So when I brought home the Jamaican, that's when he popped up.
After we got the neighborhood watch out for Johnny, we stopped by Mama T's. Now, I told y'all this is my first time meeting my cousin, so this is where things got a little emotional.
He didn't know what I was going to paint. But he said I could paint. So I painted.
Okay.
He said I could paint.
Okay. I love it.
And everything was all good and gravy until I saw this ancestor wall. Everything just hit me like a wave. Like I'm really out of the country and just so happened to meet my family in a whole nother side of the world. This is divine alignment. The ancestors are just guiding me on my journey. And this was just such a emotional breakthrough where I knew deep down in my soul, I am connected no matter where I go in this world, y'all. It was beautiful.
That's my sister. That's your cousin Kim. Cousin Kim. That's your cousin Kim. This is my daughter. She's the one born a couple months before you. Okay. Yeah, you guys are on the same age. Okay? I love you. I'm so happy you're here. I needed this so much to be connected. You are who we are. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of you.
I don't know, y'all. I feel like the ancestors needed us to walk all the way around Kawita just to meet here at Mama T's house and come to this altar. Y'all, it was so just beautiful, divine. And wouldn't you know it, after all things said and done, as soon as we left out of Mama T's, guess who we found? Johnny. That's right, y'all. Neighborhood watch was on deck, and Johnny wanted to return the phone. Yep. Here's Johnny. Now that's some ancestral guidance for that ass. I love it, y'all. I love it.
Me no teeth, Mama T.
Now you're aware. As soon as you said it, I took. Right, me too.
As soon as you said it. As soon as.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
you need that reminder.
It's like it's a life breath. It's not a survival breath. That's what she taught me. That I can come out of survival mode. Yeah. Show up and be present and be part of this and be safe.
Sometimes you gotta go all the way around the world or a town just to see how connected you really are.
Hola.
It's a beautiful feeling.
Costa Rica is in 6 years. I was doing a lot of practice in California.
This is the beginning of our journey in Kawita. It has been such a divine and aligning and very interesting experience so far. And I look forward to all of what Kawita and Costa Rica has to gift us and what I have to gift it. So may we all vibrate high in many places around the globe. Thank you guys for joining us for this episode of Sunrise Sundays. I hope you have enjoyed the story time, and I hope you stay tuned for the next episode. Much love and light, and remember, love locks us together.